coming to you live Tuesday, 10 o'clock. Sage, you brought it up before the call. Our hearts are racing. Oh, my God, what a game. The Warriors pull it out, 121-116. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies. They advance to the NBA playoffs. They're playing the Houston Rockets. Sage, in all honesty, kind of been a couple days from hell. You lose to the Clippers. You go up 20 on the Grizzlies. It looks like you're going to kick their ass. They make a comeback. Desmond Bane can't miss. Steph is on the bench, grasping at his thumb. He can't make a shot. Jimmy Butler's the only reason you're in the game. But Sage, he pulled through again, like he always does. Mama, there goes that man. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler. The Warriors are in the playoffs. Sage, I thought we were done, baby. I thought we were done.
I thought we were done.
Looking like the scariest shit I've been a part of the entire year, but they pulled it through. Instant reaction.
75 points from Jimmy and Steph, both playing injured. Clearly, you could see it bother them. But, man, I want to talk about the positives, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't bring up.
No, don't do that. Don't bring up the refs right now.
Red
don't bring up
flags
the refs right
about this team that I saw. I'm happy. I mean, great win. You had to win. Chase, we agreed. They don't win, right? Season's over. Season is over. They don't win.
You are not losing this game. Mate, you probably beat the Kings or whoever the fuck comes out of that other playing game, but OKC in the first round is a death trap. That's a death wish if you want to roll into that. This was their season.
Yeah. No, this was your season. You go into that, you're on the side of the bracket with Nikola Jokic, Ivica Zubac, and the Thunder. So you're basically not getting out of that if you want to go play the Lakers. This works out perfectly. It sucks. You could say whatever you want. The Warriors have till Sunday now to rest, get healthy. I mean, this is what you want to see, right? I mean, I don't care. I'm not relying on guys like Pods and Moody. I needed to see playoff Jimmy. You could go back on our TikTok. I made a TikTok. I said, can Jimmy Butler step up once and just show me that playoff Jimmy is there before I start raising the flags, sounding off the alarms? It was there that first half. I mean, he missed 6, 7 free throws, still finished with 38.
In the group chat, you were tripping too hard on the missed free throws. You were
okay, but it seemed like
you were
every
going at Jimmy for
throw,
the missed free throws. I'm like, motherfucker, he's keeping us in the game. He's the only reason we're here. Please, come on, you got to give Jimmy some love right now.
I'm giving Jimmy all the love in the world. Here. I'm putting flowers right at his feet. More flowers. I respect the fuck out of Jimmy.
Give him all the flowers, baby. More.
When we were down early, like at first, I mean, it was a little dicey at first. I mean, it feels like a lifetime ago that first.
Well, it was 11-2, and then you bring in GP2, you bring in Quinn Post. Then they go on a 26-7 run. I think at the start of the second quarter, that's when you get it up to 20. But then Memphis cuts it to 12. They almost cut it to 10, but Moses Moody, with some great on-ball defense by Ja, keeps it at 12. And then the third quarter, that's where Desmond Bane really started turning on. I think that the Warriors were lucky that Ja Morant got hurt with about 8 minutes left in the third quarter. If we had a healthy Ja the rest of the way,
it would have been
I don't know if they're lucky. I think that this is a way different game. They were hitting, I mean, Triple J. What we saw in the last time we played the Grizzlies where he couldn't hit the ocean. This guy was on fire. Desmond Bane was on fire. Ja Morant came back. He didn't look the same. Definitely looked a little bit gimpy, but he was still dangerous enough to where he could get to the bucket, cause some damage. But these are the kind of games that we're going to be dealing with all year, Sage. If this is going to be something where the Warriors
all year, it's the postseason, bro. It's the postseason.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. If we're going to want to try to make a deep Western Conference playoff run, these are the kind of games that you're going to want to win. And why we had faith that the Warriors could do this? Why have we been saying that we think they could do it? Because they have fucking Steph Curry and they have playoff Jimmy.
Chase,
and that's exactly what they did today. 38-37.
Chase, as someone, 75 points. Come on, Chase, as someone whose team has never won a play-in game and used to make fun of that Minnesota Timberwolves video of Pat Bev, Anthony Edwards throwing their jerseys.
Yeah.
That's how I felt, man. I have never been so happy to clinch the 7th seed ever. It felt good. You get the monkey off your back. You can see it, man. The Warriors got tight. Whatever you want to say, they got tight at the end. They couldn't initiate offense. They weren't hitting open looks. It came down to Steph and Jimmy. They executed, whatever you want to say. I will say, man, is it not a bit concerning that every game it's like, oh, Scottie Pippen Jr. doing a good job on Steph until it's go time, nut crunch time, then Steph steps up. Like, oh, man, like Amen Thompson doing a great job on Steph today. Like, oh, man, like, who was it? Chris Dunn doing a great job on Steph today. I just wish the urgency was there throughout the game. It shouldn't have been that close. Like when the Grizzlies cut it to 12 initially, it felt like they should have been down 25-30. If you're a good team, like you said, you want to make a championship run, that shit can't happen. The fact that that game was in the balance until 34 seconds left cannot happen.
Well, Sage, all I got to say is, why was this game close? Steph played great down the stretch. He was missing before the fourth quarter. Jimmy was the only reason you were in there. Everybody was ice cold. We love Brandon Pajemski. Bad day. Bad day by
Terrible.
Brandon Pajemski.
Terrible.
Quinn posted well,
game.
but everybody else couldn't really hit a shot. I think at one point they were shooting 30% from three. Memphis was hitting, and Zach Edey, we're going to talk a lot of shit about him, but he was kind of killing us on the boards. They were getting a lot of second chance opportunities, and when you let up a lot of second chance opportunities, you can't hit any shots, and they're hitting shots. That's going to be a close game, Sage, no matter how you cut it. So I don't blame them as much. You brought up your point about we're kind of tired of hearing Scottie Pippen Jr. is doing a good job on Steph. That's just because of Steph. I mean, Steph had it going all night. Even when he wasn't making shots, he was still, I think he still had around 25 points heading into the fourth quarter. So he was still getting his. It's a different situation with Amen Thompson. That may be something that we have to worry about. I know that Steph's looking a little bit gimpy with that thumb. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later. But, Sage, I think it's all positive from here. You had a desperate Memphis team. You came off a game 2 days ago where you went all in with an old-ass team. I mean, we love the Warriors, but they're old. You went balls to the wall to win that game against the Clippers. They were tired tonight. They were tired tonight. They went up against a young and hungry team, and not on their best day, they found a way to pull through and get into the playoffs. I think that this is positivity throughout the way. Draymond Green at the end of the game, foul trouble the entire way through. What a dumb foul there at the end there to get it 6. On the inbound to Desmond Bane when he's like 35 feet away from the bucket.
Right.
I thought they had it locked up. And then when Draymond fouled him, I'm like, oh my God, now it's 4 points. And
Chase,
they didn't take off any time on the clock.
Slow down here. We got to go step by step here because I want to address the first point. I want to address the first point that you brought up, right? I want to go back a little.
Go ahead.
The thing is, right, like just watching this game and just seeing it, it's like when people play like Luka or Jokic and they say like your best bet, right, is to just let them score and not get everyone else involved. And you kind of see it here, right? Like Steph gets you 37, Jimmy gets you 38, but it's a terrible, I mean, Jimmy's hitting threes to start the game, like getting to the line at will. Steph's doing what he can. I mean, the fouls, whatever, they're allowed to hold him, whatever. They could call it when they want.
They called it a little bit there in that third quarter with Scottie Pippen, for sure.
We'll get to it later, but this team's, like I've been saying it, you don't need everyone to contribute, but you need someone to contribute. You need a third cog, right? Like how the Lakers have Reeves, who could just go dummy, win you a game. Like, can it be Pods? Can it be Moody? Can it be Heald? Can it be Kuminga, right? Looney, someone. I mean, they all look like shit today. They like, if your two guys don't go out and give you 75, you lose this game. I think that's the only thing that's concerning, but it was just a weird game, man. Like from start to finish, it just felt like it was almost like a college game where you have two halves and each half is its own story. Like every quarter was so different. You have Steph in the fourth quarter kind of taking over. You have the Jimmy half. You have the weird Desmond Bane like story arc. Draymond trying to fight everyone yet again. The guy cannot be contained. I was just yelling at my
right
TV,
right off the tip, he was getting into it. I'm like, okay, Draymond came to play.
Yeah. He does not like Zach Edey. He does not like anyone foreign born and white. And he was just going at the whole team, really. I mean, I was praying he didn't get a tech there at the end, just trying to screw us over. But the execution down the stretch was poor. Everyone doesn't really step up, and you still kind of get away with it. So I can't be too mad. I mean, dude, I'll admit there was a lot of, fouls that I didn't agree with, balls that bounced their way. But how many times did we get stopped and just like hit it right to him? Like that turnover at the end by Jimmy was terrible. Steph just like
that was bad. Right into Scottie Pippen Jr. He gets fouled. But safe. I mean, Brandon Pajemski got all ball. That was as clean as a whistle. I could not believe they called that a foul.
And that wasn't even the worst. That was probably the third worst foul you've seen. The foul on Draymond was second, but the one on Moody on the rebound where
so I have those listed out here. I said the foul on Looney where he literally did nothing.
Yeah, I thought it was on
Moody. If anything, Zach Edey fouls Moses Moody, who came up with the ball at the end, and then the ref points at Looney, and he's like, foul on Looney. And we're just like, looking at the replay, like, where was that? He goes and makes it a 1-point game, so That was a big call. And then not overturning the foul on Draymond, where Edey was holding him down. And instead of it being
elbow in his forehead,
getting his 6th foul, you give Draymond his 5th foul. So those 3 calls late did not go the Warriors' way. Thank God we got past it and it didn't knock us into the 9-10 game, but scary. It was scary. They did not help us down the stretch, and we could have got bit in the ass by it.
I mean, after Steph hits that second through, that like back to the execution part. Steph hits that second through, you're up 6. 55 seconds left. What's the one thing you don't do? Foul before the ball even gets inbounded. Draymond, like, come on, man. What was that, his 5th or his? I think that was his 6th foul, right? Where he fouls Bane on the inbound.
Yeah, he fouled out. That was his last foul.
Sends him straight to the line. You send him straight to the line, 2 quick points. Then you have the Jimmy turnover where it was a Pod's block. It's the rep. It felt weird. I just got like, I'm not typically Chase. I don't know how many of these podcasts we've done. I don't think I've ever come on and complained about the refs. I'm not complaining. I thought that
we haven't. We're not big ref guys. We're not big ref guys.
It's like the weather in football. Like, I think it affects both teams. Like, it comes and goes both ways. But that 4th quarter was weird, man. That 4th quarter. But I think we got a generous 5-second call at the end. Regardless, you step up. Steph hits big shot.
Steph Curry, first team All D right there.
Yeah,
that was crazy. I mean, Steph Curry comes in. Sandy Aldama looking like he was seeing ghosts out there. How can you do that? I mean, he blew the game. How do you not just get the ball in there with 5 seconds left?
What they didn't mention, because they had to go because there's no timeout, no challenges. The play was designed for basically a screen to throw it to the corner, for Bane to cut to the corner, and Jimmy totally just read it, saw it, and cut it off. And he pump faked it because he knew it was going to be a turnover, tried to get it up top. Steph or Pods was playing Ja, and then before you knew it, the play took too long to develop. 5-second violation. Is that a benefit from them firing their coach last month, and you have this Swedish guy, whoever this coach T.I.?
I think this guy's a better coach. I think he had them ready to play today.
They were ready. I mean, Ja was looking good to start.
Ja's a lot more dangerous than he was the entire year.
Yeah, the offense.
They tried to have him. They tried to have him go and catch and shoot the entire year. But
yeah,
before Ja got hurt, he was looking dangerous the entire night. I thought
he was getting to the rim, those pull-up jumpers. He always plays so well against us, man. And you'd think, like, we have small wing defenders. You have Moody, you have GP2. It doesn't matter. This guy eats us no matter what. Chase, I was thinking while I was watching this game, man, I really think they messed up getting rid of Dylan Brooks. I know that's like a story, but like, they just lost all that whoop that.
We're gonna see a lot. We're gonna see a lot of that guy over the next couple weeks. So we'll really be able to see if you think that at the end of it. But
that like whoop that trick, just like absolute just dog mentality that team had, it's pretty much gone. They're just a very weird team that's gonna probably get swept by the Thunder if they. I wouldn't be shocked if Ja doesn't play next game. His ankle's probably gonna be a little fucked up.
Okay, permission to go there?
Go for it.
Was Ja really that hurt?
Yeah, bro. Come on, his ankle touched the court.
Was Ja really that hurt? They didn't go into the locker room. I know, but they were.
You see him take the painkillers?
Yeah, but he took the Advil. They're like, maybe they're giving him Advil. I'm like, okay.
Bro, he popped a perk. That was no Advil.
All I'm saying is he didn't even go to the locker room once. They were trying to make it seem like he was a hero. He was definitely hampered. I'm not saying that he was injured, but I don't know if it was a hero performance by Ja Morant. The guy who stood out to me, Sage, was Desmond Bane. So he was 11-20 run. He was 11-21 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3. Sage, if he went 5 of 8 from 3, the other 3 were rattling in and out. He was on everything. He was hot down the stretch, and I thought at one point that he was just going to take the game over. I was scared shitless of Desmond Bane down the stretch, and I don't know what I think of him as a player. I've seen bad Desmond Bane. I've seen good Desmond Bane. But he scared me tonight, man. He scared me tonight, and he almost knocked us out.
I mean, dude, like, he got a lot of, 2 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. One was a tip out that just falls right into his shooting pocket, puts it up. But it was him.
Oh, my God. There was, like, some sorcery on that one. It was crazy.
It just felt like they were getting every 50-50 ball. Everything that could have gone their way did. I mean, this was a heart attack game if I've ever seen one. It was so comfortable. The minute you touch a 20-point lead, it all goes downhill. It just falls quickly to shit. But what I want to say was he was getting guys off the dribble, like bouncing, getting guys to the elbow, like step back off the glass. Like it's like that LeBron clip where he was talking about like the Celtics, or he was like, I was going back shoulder fade. He's like, I'm not even a back shoulder fade kind of guy. Like, I was just trying to. That's how
he was pulling out his bag tonight.
Bro, I've never seen Desmond Bane do anything that even resembled what he did today. I mean, you got to give it to him, man. Like, he showed up. I mean, these stats, they disappear. They go into the abyss. They don't count for anything. But I think every time we play them, maybe he's probably their best player. Seems like Triple J, since that one playoff game, does nothing against us. Once again, did nothing against us. You minimize him, but it's
kind of funny. Also kind of funny how Draymond calls out Triple J after the last game they played, and he's like, Jaren Jackson's too talented. He can't be fouling like that. And the entire situation flipped today. It was Draymond Green who was just making the dumbest fouls, fouled out late in the game, and dare I say almost cost the Warriors the game.
Bro, he played awful. I thought he played terrible. This was one of the worst Draymond games I've seen in a while. The decision-making, could not buy an open shot, just was a negative on defense. Getting up and down the court so slow, and defensively, like, we couldn't get a stop. I mean, you shut them down, I got to go through the splits here. You hold them to 25, 30, and then 36 in that third quarter was just terrible. I mean, they were getting
third quarter. I think they shot 70% from the field. They were just on fire, Sage. There was almost nothing we could do.
And that was with Ja hurt for half the quarter too.
That was with Ja hurt from the 8-minute mark on.
Who was it? Was like guys like Conchar. I mean, mainly Desmond Bane. Aldama still gave you 14.
Aldama was killing us.
It just doesn't make sense. Edie 14 and 17. This is what I'm saying too. Like, the benefit of winning now is here's the centers you got to look at, right? Steven Adams / Şengün. Not the end of the world, right? Not the end of the world.
Şengün's giving us issues.
Okay, he will, but they're the second seed for a reason. It's not going to be easy, but he's their best player too, right? It's not like you have to deal with Ja, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zach Edey, right? It's kind of just you got to try and minimize Şengün. Draymond's going to be fired up to see him. Then you got Jackson Hayes, and then you probably get the Thunder who's going to throw out like Isaiah Hartenstein, rather than being on the other side of the bracket and just being thrown with all the bullies. So, I mean, it was a huge win. You get 5 days to rest now. You get that thumb right for Steph. You get that.
That's an understatement, Sage. It was the season. It was the season right now. It was the season because I didn't even really think about it. I came into this game expecting a Warriors win. I was scared by the -7 line today. When I saw that, I'm like, I feel like the Warriors should be favored by a little bit more. I expected a close game after I saw that line. So I really didn't even look to see what the schedule would be like if they lost this game, but now you're playing on Sunday. You have 5 days of rest. You get that Houston matchup that it seems like everybody in the Western Conference won for some reason. Maybe we're going to get proven wrong. I think a lot of people have been sleeping on the Rockets, but let's be honest. They haven't done anything. These are all young guys who have no playoff experience except for Fred VanVleet, and I'm not scared of Fred VanVleet, but if you lost today, you play Friday, and I think you play Sunday at OKC.
Right away. Right away at OKC.
So, oh, my God. This was the season.
All the 1-2 seeds play Sunday. It kind of reminds me of the series we had 2 years ago against the Kings, right? Where you fall as a 6 or 7 seed, but it's like it kind of fell perfectly for you. You wanted the Kings. You kind of want the Rockets. I get you have a bad taste in your mouth from what the Rockets did last time, but historically, you own this team. In the playoffs, you own this team. You know damn well the Rockets don't want to see you. Ime Udoka is the only guy that really has experience. They have no playoff pedigree, minus Fred VanVleet, I guess little Steven Adams, but their main guys have none, and you can just out-experience them. Like, they're going to be in a match that they've never been in before, right? You can take them to deep waters they can't tread in. So I'm excited for that. You get your veterans some rest, and even if you lose Sunday, it's not a big deal. Punt that game if you want. Just take 2 of the next.
You can't punt game. You can't punt games in the playoff now, Sage. What are you going to punt a game with 5 days rest? Well, what the
veteran
fuck are you
teams do that.
About?
Veteran teams do that. I'm telling you, bro.
Yes, no team is going to take 5 days of rest and punt game 1.
You don't know me, son. Trust me, bro.
Okay, come on, Sage. Come on.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like, I don't give a shit. It's not okay. I'm not saying you go throw out Guy Santos at the point. I'm saying, like, even if you lose Sunday, like, it's not looking good. Pull the guys. It's not the end of the world, right? Now you have a series to play with. You don't have a 1-game elimination. Like, you could take a deep breath. Like our friend Brian Grealish said, as soon as the game ended, deep breath. Like, deep breath. You're good. They got to beat you 4 times, right? Like the Houston Rockets, right, led by Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, and Jalen Green, have to beat Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Jimmy Butler 3 times.
That's making it very simple. That's making it very simple, Sage. This is what I'm going to say. I think this is going to be a series that the NBA is always going to remember. I think they're going to be going at each other's throats. They all hate Dylan Brooks. They all hate him.
Okay.
Dylan Brooks is waiting for a moment like this. He has been waiting to play this team ever since they beat him in 2022. they've been clowning on him the entire time. He's been waiting to play this team. We know Ime Udoka. He's taking shots to LeBron. He was taking shots at Steph Curry the last time they played. He's going to fire up his boys. They're young, athletic. And yes, we got the veteran leadership, but I think this is going 6, probably 7. I really do.
7?
I think this is going 7 games. Houston's good. And I think that they're a bad matchup for us. Their athleticism, size, they're going to make it hard on Curry. We love how he ended the game today, but Sage, that thumb is going to affect Steph Curry for the next 2 weeks. It is.
Hey, Chase, what you underestimate, though, is that it's a series, right? Like against Boston in 2022, we were thinking the same thing. They have all these young guards, whatever you want to say, but at the end, like you figure things out. You figure out how to get the switches you want. You know how to get the matchups you want, and you just out scheme them. Like I said, it makes me nervous that they have Ime. Like I think Ime is a respectable, like a really good coach.
Ime is a great coach.
I just don't trust their person. Like it's different. Like it's literally
not
just
a good locker room guy, but a great coach.
Exactly. Not a good foundational piece to have in an organization.
Not a good father or a husband, but great coach, great basketball coach.
I just trust that, like, okay, like I said, like the early games, you're feeling each other out, whatever. Like once it gets to games 5, 6, if it goes to 7, like that's where I expect the Warriors to get their bread and butter. Like dominate the series, get the matchups you want, and kind of figure out a team. You can figure out a team. Like by game 4, you can kind of get a hint. Like, I don't know what they're going to do for offense. It's just going to be a Şengün-centric offense every single game. Like, the Warriors are going to figure out something. I trust the staff. I trust Stackhouse. Stotts, Kerr, I trust these guys. So, I just think it's a veteran mismatch for us. Like, experience over everything at this point.
They're deep. They're young. I just think that they're going to have a lot of bodies to throw at Curry, and that's going to be able to slow him down a little bit. What scares me, Sage, is what happens if Pods and Moody just can't hit shots when they go to Houston?
I know.
This team is an entirely different team when those two aren't making shots, and today they were ice cold. Moody did have a couple buckets. He had a couple great hustle plays. I think Moses Moody played his ass off. The only thing is he hasn't been hitting his threes. Brandon Pajemski, dare I say, other than Buddy Hield, worst player on the court today for the Warriors.
I thought Looney was up there. I thought Draymond.
Well, Looney too. Looney. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because we haven't really.
I was going to ask you this question actually.
Yeah,
I was going to say like, what do you like? Where do you cut the rotation? Is what I was going to ask you. Like, who gets like Kuminga's already done, right? Even though, funny enough, I think the Rockets are the perfect matchup. Like, if you're ever going to like take him,
he's going to get minutes in the series.
It has to be against the Rockets. He has to get some sort of run against the Rockets because you need that. You need his athleticism and you need that. They kind of missed him today. I was kind of saying it like when Guy was in, like, fuck, just throw him out there. See if he can get anything on ISO. Like, he's going to have Aldama or Conchar on him, but not to detract from my initial point. Like, where do you cut the rotation? How deep do you go against the Rockets? Do you still go not like they played 11 guys today?
No, they played 10. They played 10 today. Right. They played 10 today. I'll say this. I think that you put Kuminga into the lineup. I think that Kuminga is probably going to be getting 15 minutes a game this series. As crazy as that sounds, after 2 DMPs, I think that this is the perfect matchup for him. He's had great games against the Houston Rockets this year. So he's able to match up with those young athletic guys. And if you're Steve Kerr, I know that you just put him on 2 DMPs right here, but you know that he does raise your ceiling to a different point. If you're able to find a way to make him an effective player in this rotation. So I think that you have to play Kuminga. Guy Santos, I love his hustle. He's a great guy. I bet everybody in the locker room loves him. I don't want anything to do with Guy Santos on the court the rest of the playoffs. So I would not play Guy Santos. We got to talk about Looney because he's not bringing anything. There's a point where you're a veteran and you're washed up. And he's definitely closer to the latter.
I agree.
He was getting outboarded by Edey all day, doing nothing on defense. And we all know that he's an offensive zero, wasn't hitting the offensive board. So I just think that Kevon Looney is damn near unplayable. And that, if anything, you got to give Quinn Post more minutes. I thought he played great. I thought he played great today.
He played great defense. I mean, he
played great defense on Edey all game.
He drops back a little too much. That it upsets me. I think he overestimates how much he could recover on some of these guards where he needs to get right up in them and kind of just, use his length to his advantage. He's still learning though. Every time I watch Quinn Post play, he takes another stride. Like It feels like he hasn't even been playing for like weeks. I like missed him. He comes in.
He had the flu. He had the flu,
Yeah.
I think, for the last 3 games or so before the Clipper chain.
Hits two huge threes. Like as soon as he enters the game, right? I think I forget who he blocks.
Pure.
Comes down the other end, takes his little 2 steps, puts it up pure bottom. It's not even close. It's just hitting net. And he's the only guy you could throw at guys like Şengün, guys like Edey, guys like Steven Adams, like a big body to have in there who could block shots and kind of protect the rim, was making it hard on Ja. And you're going to need someone, man, because it can't be Looney. Looney's a 2. He's too slow, too unathletic, and too small to go up against these centers. He just is. He has no outside game. I don't trust him at the line late. And it's not there because I don't want to say playoff Looney was ever a thing, but man, in 2022 and against the Kings in 23, he had something going, and it's not there anymore. It's sadly not there anymore. I just don't trust him like I used to get boards, to get putbacks. I mean, today you have multiple times Zach Edey just goes outmans him up, gets to the ball when we're on defense. They're getting second chance opportunities, going right to Bane for another 3. It's like, what's your purpose? It's like Buddy Hield. If you're not hitting threes, what are you doing? Looney, if you're not getting rebounds, what the fuck are you doing on the court? Like, go check yourself out. Go get some Gatorade, walk to the locker room. Just don't be on the court. Be anywhere but the court. Please take yourself anywhere.
Quinn Post played 22 minutes today, Sage. If he's in shots, it's hard for me to say that Quinn Post shouldn't be playing around that.
Led the team in plus minus.
Let's think about this, though. How does he match up with Houston? Because you're probably going to have Şengün on him for a good amount of time. Even though he played great defense on Edey today, Edey and Şengün are just completely different offensive players. Şengün has a bag. A lot of people compare him to Nikola Jokic, so I am scared with Post having to go head-to-head with Şengün, but who knows? Maybe you have Draymond and Şengün, and then you throw Quinn Post onto Dylan Brooks or Jabari Smith, somebody like that. It's just the way that he spaces out the floor. You saw it in that first quarter. They went down 11-2. They brought on Quinn Post and another guy that we need to talk about, Gary Payton II.
My goodness. Bro,
they were key to the Warriors winning this game. They changed the entire vibe. We've seen it with Quinn Post ever since he started becoming a mainstay in this rotation. The way that he spaces the floor. Steve Kerr tells you about it the entire time. He's given the reasoning for why Jonathan Kuminga's not playing. The spacing doesn't work out well. You see with Quinn Post that the spacing does work out well. And I loved what he put out there today. He's hitting shots, and I don't trust him on defense. I don't trust him when it comes to getting boards, but he was serviceable today. And when you're hitting shots, that's all you have to be on the other side of the floor. Serviceable.
No, I mean, I agree. Are we talking about Post here or GB2?
I was talking about Quinn Post, but we can get into GB2 conversation too, because he was just as important.
This guy, man, like every time, you don't realize how valuable he is until he's not playing or until he's off the court. Like every big play.
Yeah, when he was out.
He runs the court, his vision, like the way he gets those back screens, like him and Draymond play so well off each other. Always in
him
for
and
like
Steph too. He screened for Steph rolling.
I miss it because it used to be him and Poole. They used to come in together off the bench and be a great duo. But regardless, like he's your 6th man. You bring him off the bench first. He's always giving you spark off the bench, right? Like he can go guard the other team's best player. And when he's hitting threes, I mean, like he's providing everything. Like there's certain points where it's like I trust his 3-ball more than Buddy Hield's. As sad as it is to say, like I would rather like give this guy a big moment than any other one of those like tier of role players. He's fit for the moment. Always, like to 2022, right? In the first time we played the Grizzlies, he goes out when was it Brooks cheap
Dylan
shots?
Brooks broke the code.
Yeah, broke his arm. Comes like we struggle without him. He comes back and you see just how valuable he is in that Boston series. I mean, right? Like, what is he? Like the 5th most important player on this team? Like damn near. He's a vet. He's smart. Doesn't fuck up ever, and just. Talk about a guy who's accepted his role, right? Like a championship player. Like this is what a championship player is.
He is a championship player. The perimeter D that he puts out there, I will say this, Sage. He has a Tim Tebow like release with the 3-pointer. I mean, catches the ball.
That's like a catapult.
Looks down, gives a little dribble, rolls it back up into his arm and shoots. They give him about 50 yards of space, but we know that the rest of the playoffs, they're going to leave GP2 open. If you could go 2 of 6 from the 3-point line and not put up a goose egg like Draymond Green has recently, that's all he needs to do. That perimeter D is crucial to what we're doing, especially when you have Steph Curry out there in late minutes. And I loved what I saw from GP2, especially when you're at home. He gets that Chase Center crowd riled up. He gets that entire team riled up. That was another thing, Sage. I think that, where do you think Chase Center ranks when it comes to home field advantages throughout the NBA? Because early in the game, it was loud. It was loud.
They got nervous. The crowd got nervous.
The Warriors got it up to about a 20-point lead. You could hear the Chase Center making an impact in the game. I will say, they did get a little quiet in the third quarter, but where do you say they rank?
It's tough. I mean, we could go team by team. I don't think there's like, I think many Warriors fans are just, living in the past, living in the old days, like taking it for granted. Like, who really does have like a kick
as he has a We Believe hat? That's you too, motherfucker.
Okay, I'm just saying, of these teams, right? Like, who actually in the West has a badass like home court advantage? I'd just say OKC. Like, who else?
OKC has a badass home court advantage.
Like, what's the Clippers? Like, do we trust them?
Would you give Boston a badass home court advantage?
In the West. Boston is legit. I'm saying in the West, like OKC, yes.
Houston, no.
No.
Lakers, no.
No. 4 is the Nuggets, maybe, but not really.
No way.
Clippers, no. 6.
I don't know. Sage, they got the wall now.
The wall, yeah.
They got the Intuit Dome wall.
Yeah.
That changes the game a little bit.
No bathrooms, or more bathrooms, I should say.
More bathrooms. Bathrooms all over the court.
On your phone. Exactly.
In and out really quick.
So no, I'm going to say no there. Minnesota's whatever to me. And then 8's going to be Memphis. So like,
you got to put them at 2. You got to put Chase Center at 2, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people want to like compare it to Oracle. Like, they were spoiled. We had the best home court for years. Like, yeah. I get it. But when you really look at it, like, our fans show up, they're loud. They get into it with the other team. They get into it with the refs. Like, they're always there. They're always there. And in the 2022 run, it was a great home court advantage. Like, don't take it for granted, because when you look around the West, it's not really that much out there that it's going to be like, damn, like, I can't believe we have to go into whatever it may be. Like, it's not like we're going to Arrowhead in any of these matchups. Like, maybe OKC,
it's
but
basketball.
That's way down.
It's basketball. You're never going to have that big of a home court advantage in basketball compared to football. I feel like comparing Oracle is like comparing new generations to the golden generation that won World War II. We're just not going to do it. We're not going to war. We're not being the Nazis. We can't match what they did. So let's just not even compare it to it. Nothing in the rest of basketball history will be Oracle Arena. So I think it's a little tired. With the Oracle comparisons. You can still have a great advantage.
I see from Jason in the chat. They don't wear the shirts. It irks me. It really does. You need the sea of yellow.
I saw a lot of yellow out there, I thought.
Dude, I'm wearing the shirts when I go. Like, I'll be at game 3. You guys,
if you don't wear the shirts, fuck you.
It's literally
you are the problem. It's a problem.
Unless you're like overweight and you can't fit it on you, like, you should have it on. Like, you should 100% have it on. Just throw it over whatever you have. Who gives a shit? Do you know what it is, Chase? It's a Tuesday. Like, these guys are coming from their corporate jobs. They have their collars. They don't want to throw the shirt on. It's disgusting. I bet you everyone in the upper deck, in the nosebleeds, had them on. But what does the camera see? It's the lower bowl. None of these motherfuckers want to put it on. It's sad.
Well, you know what it is too? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some dudes brought a girl to the game. They brought out their nice outfit. They're trying to look good. Maybe they're trying to seal the deal with this chick that they brought their third date. No one. You're not going to get laid if you don't wear the yellow shirt at the playoff game.
100%.
So,
Chase is talking.
Please stop it. Please stop it. Please stop that. It's not going to get you any pussy, okay?
Chase, I agree. I mean, what I will say is that I thought the crowd was really into it today. Like, when they made the comeback and Steph hit those threes, I just think they were genuinely nervous. Like, the refs, you just didn't know what to expect. It just felt like everything was going our way. Like, you were witnessing a disaster in real time. But this is the difference. Like Steve Kerr said, like a month ago, 2 months ago, the difference with Jimmy now is we expect to win these games. I think the last 2-3 games, it felt so much like the old Warriors, the Warriors of last year, the pre-Jimmy Warriors, that everyone was scared. They were holding their breath because they knew that what was about to happen was detrimental. It was the season on the line, like we said, and it didn't happen. Clutch play after clutch play with 30 seconds left, and they pull it out, man. By the skin of their teeth, a win's a win, and they're on to see the Rockets.
That's all that matters. And Sage, I was watching all the shows. I did the rounds the last Monday and Tuesday. First take, first things first. After they lose that game to the Clippers on Sunday, how does this change now that the Warriors don't have that week-long rest? Everybody's saying, now I don't think the Warriors could get it done. They really needed that rest. What does the difference really make from 7 days of rest to 5 days of rest. I mean, if we
It would have been
thought
6.
if you thought before they lost to the Clippers that they had a chance to go 4 full series and potentially win another championship, why does 2 less days of rest before the first round of the playoffs really make a difference? I did not get that. I think that because you got out of this game, you're set now. You have the favorable matchup, and you're on the side of the bracket that doesn't have one of the best teams of all time, analytically, OKC. So I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling good right now. No one could get me off my vibe.
It's only 1 extra day of rest because we would have played Saturday. Now we play Sunday. So you really only lose 1 day. It's 6 days versus 5 days. People blew it out of proportion. It made no sense to be like, oh, you don't want to put miles on these guys. They're injured. It really doesn't make a difference. You have a better matchup now. You're on the way better side of the bracket.
Better side of the bracket.
It broke perfectly, right? Like, as whatever you want to say about the Lakers, they're a scary matchup for about every other team in the league other than the Warriors.
They want to go small.
That is what the Warriors want. They want to see the Lakers. Like, obviously, more than okay. No one wants to see them, but if you had to pick, nothing's easy in the West. That's a team you don't mind playing. Whatever, LeBron, Luka, but then it's a bunch of small guys who can't defend. You can out-physical them. You can outboard them. You can out-defend them. There's a path to win that series. Where when you look at OKC, they can play you in 1,000 different ways. Big, small, all these wings. Like, it makes you a little bit more nervous. And you don't have to see Jokic. You don't have to see the Clippers who have your number. It broke beautifully. If you're the Warriors, you go to bed happy tonight.
Well, Sage, I'll say this. If you're OKC, if you're looking at that other side of the bracket, I think that the Los Angeles Clippers are playing almost better than anybody. Maybe not OKC, but they're looking like one of the best teams in the NBA. Everybody's sleeping on the Nuggets. You just fired Mike Malone last week. Everybody thinks that you have no shot to do anything. Nikola Jokic is playing like a top 10 player of all time. He could do
maybe
anything.
The top 3 player of all time.
What?
I said, like averaging a triple-double as a center, maybe playing like a top 3 player of all time.
You could say whatever you want about Nikola Jokic. I wouldn't argue with you, Sage. He's playing that good. He could lead them to the Western Conference Finals. He could beat OKC single-handedly. He still has enough. He still has Jamal Murray. So anything else could happen on that side of the bracket, but you're just letting them beat up on each other. You have a favorable matchup with the Rockets. You're probably going to match up with the Lakers, and I'd rather play the Lakers, this version of them, than them with Anthony Davis. As crazy as that sounds, I just think it matches up way better for us. I'm telling you.
Playoff Luka, man. I don't know. I don't invite Luka Doncic into my life.
That is true.
As an opponent ever. We've seen him too many times.
Whenever you got Luka and LeBron on the same team, that is pretty tough. But Sage, we're gonna hop off here soon. We're gonna be coming back to you guys. I mean, we're in the playoffs now. We're gonna be coming back at you consistently. We took a little bit of a 2-week break. We had to get our rest, Sage. The Warriors needed their rest. We had to get our rest. We're gonna be set up for the playoffs right now. Sage, really quickly, before we hop off here today, let's go through the matchups in the Western Conference. I want to get your initial read on them because I feel like every matchup except for that 1-8 matchup with whoever the Thunder are going to play, I think it's going to be Memphis. But
I'm not sleeping on the Grizzlies. Like, I swear to God, I think they could take one game.
Come on, Sage. They're not beating OKC.
They're not
beating OKC.
I think they could take a game is what I'm saying.
Okay, you want a cookie? What, gentleman sweep?
What you want, a cookie?
4-1?
We'll see.
I mean, come on. But okay, so we already kind of gave our opinion on what we thought about Rockets Warriors. What do you think about Lakers T-Wolves? Do you think there's any shot that Ant could just pull off, go crazy? You got a couple other players on that team who've been playing well as of late. They're one of the hottest teams in the NBA over the past 2 months. They've basically done the same stretch that the Warriors have ever since they got Jimmy Butler. Any shot for them to beat the Lake Show?
I mean, it comes down to their front court. They don't have the size to match Naz Reid, Gobert, and Randall. So if the Lakers are just going to play Randall and Gobert off the court, which is what I think is going to happen, then they have no shot.
That's what I think too.
If Randall could pull his head out of his ass, like he has these playoff demons, which I don't think he's going to do, honestly. Like, you're going against the Lakers. Everyone knows, like, you have all the pressure. The trade was around you. Can you step up? I don't think so. Like, as much as I want to believe that the Timberwolves might be able to upset him, I just hope that they push him and it's a hard-fought 6 or 7 game series. But Lakers are going to take care of business. I would be shocked if the Lakers lost in the first round. Genuinely shocked.
There's no way I'd bet my money on the Minnesota Timberwolves here.
Chase, Lakers -1.5 in the series, +130. I really like it.
That's what I was about to look up the odds for the series coming up, but
Lakers
you have
are
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have LeBron James playing. I think that a lot of people are marking him as a first-team All-NBA this year. Luka Doncic, we know in the playoffs the past couple of years, probably a top 3 player in the league when he really has it going. So no way. I love Ant, but there's no way that I'm going to bet that the Timberwolves are going to do anything in that series. I think Clippers-Nuggets is going to be the best first-round series.
I agree.
I think that's going 7. I think it's going to go right
boring,
down the wire.
great,
I don't know where it's going to go.
I'm leaning Nuggets. I just really am. Like, I think everyone's on the Clippers. Even Nuggets are favored, but I think Clippers are the sexy pick right now. I just think Gordon's a guy who could give Kawhi some fits. Jamal Murray looks good. I mean, now that he's healthy and Michael Malone's gone, he looks good. You have the best player in the series by a mile, home court advantage, the more experienced team, and I don't have to worry about my best player, maybe shutting down 2 games into the series. I don't have to worry about my second best player who historically has playoff woes and has, collapses and no-shows in the playoffs. Like, I will zag while everyone else is zigging. And I just like the Nuggets in the series. I feel like you agree with me.
Sage or I don't. You got rid of Mike Malone.
Guy, really?
You got rid of Mike Malone. Your defense was bad when you had Mike Malone. Kawhi's playing like Kawhi 2019. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing with Kawhi. James Harden. I mean, he dropped 39 on our heads a couple days ago. Ivica Zubac is the X factor for them. I'm a Croatian. I'm a proud Croatian. You could probably see a Croatian flag in the background here. He's becoming a legit player. Sage, I think that they're going to be able to do it. I think that the Nuggets defense is not that great. They've been injury prone all year. I think that you're going to see a couple guys drop. I like Jamal Murray. He's been playing a lot better, but I just don't think it's going to be enough, even with Nikola Jokic, to stop that runaway train. That's the Los Angeles Clippers. So I got Clip Show. You got Nuggets.
And the last series we even need to talk about. I mean, I got Thunder in 4, maybe 5, but it's going to be.
I got Thunder in a sweep. I don't think anybody who comes out of that A spot is going to really have a chance to beat the OKC Thunder. That's why I didn't want to play them in the second round stage. I've been saying it the entire year. I said, I don't want to be in the 4 or 5 because you're going to have the OKC Thunder coming out fresh in that second round.
With some confidence.
You don't want anything to do with that. But, Sage, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get to the second round. We have a series to prepare for. If you guys hopped on, you liked what we put out
let me read
today.
you this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This quote, Jimmy Butler in his post-game interview asked, do you think you have a chance to win? He said, I think any team has a chance to win when I'm on the team. But I know that every team has a chance to win when Steph's on the team. I get to play Robin. That's my Batman. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up. I love this guy.
Jimmy Butler.
Anyone who said it was a bad trade. Fuck, you guys are idiots. And it just blowing up in your face. 7 seed in the playoffs from the 11 seed. And they look like at their peak, one of the best teams. I cannot wait to fuck up the Rockets.
One I didn't get was, do we know Jimmy Butler is going to start being aggressive coming into the playoffs? Because that was the question on 95.7 The Game. For
like playoff Jimmy.
Do we think that playoff Jimmy's actually there? Do we think he's only taking 7 shots a game? We need him to be more aggressive. We need him to shoot more. The entire time, I'm like, he's going to shoot more. He's just trying to find his role in this team. He's trying to get other guys involved. He's going to step up in the playoffs, and you saw it today. 38 points. Steph Curry, Gimpy, it was a tough one, Sage. He had to really grit it out. He gets 37. The Warriors beat the Grizzlies 121-116. If you like what we put out here today, if you're a Warriors fan, please like and subscribe. Follow on YouTube. Follow on TikTok. Follow on Twitter. Sage, we're on every platform, baby. We're on every platform.
Real quick, they just did you see the odds for the series? They just dropped them just now.
So I had a guess coming into this game on what I thought was going to be if the Warriors win. I had it at Warriors minus 135. Am I totally off here?
Warriors minus 200.
Shut up.
Swear to God. It's pretty fucking disrespectful. I don't like it. I swear I don't like it.
That's just, dude, Ime is going to use that as bulletin board material all day.
Second biggest line in the West is us.
Well, something that we've seen for the past month, Vegas loves the Warriors. They believe in the Warriors. So I knew that the Warriors were going to be favored heading into the series, but minus 200 is damning, especially after you see what the Rockets did to this team 2 weeks ago.
Crazy.
It's going to be a crazy one. Sage, we got to do a little podcast before Sunday just to
100%.
prep the series, right? We have to.
We'll do a prep. 100%.
Follow us on Twitter so you get updates. But Sage, anything else before we hop off here today?
Twitter, TikTok. We'll get a TikTok up. Twitch, YouTube. We're everywhere. Just hit the link, follow, like, subscribe, whatever you can do. Just support this platform. We're growing, and we'll be coming back. Warriors are in the playoffs. We'll be coming out with reaction videos. Maybe go down to the Chase Center during the playoffs, get some videos, film some stuff, some new content on the way. So be sure to be followed and subscribed.
We're gonna keep you guys on your motherfucking toes. The Warriors are back in the playoffs. Playoff basketball in the Bay Area is back. The Warriors have a chance to win the championship. If you don't believe that right now, I'm looking at you in the camera. Believe it, because this team with Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler playing how they're playing, they could do anything. They could beat anyone. That's it for tonight. We'll talk to you guys later.